CMIT 421 Threat Management and Vulnerability Assessment Project 2 Credit Card Breach Final Presentation by Veronique 20. For this project, we're using two virtual machines. One is the Ubuntu victim, and the other one is the parrot machine from where the attack gonna start. So the Ubuntu victim is going to be the one attacked. We're starting by setting up the IP addresses. We are entering the get it command on the Ubuntu terminal to pull up the file where we're gonna save the IP address information. So that's the file here. We're gonna paste all the information for the IP address and save it. So then we're gonna check and see that the IP address is set up correctly. Next, we're going on the parrot machine to do the same thing. On the parrot, we're using the Pluma command to pull up the file with the IP address information. So there it is. We're gonna paste and save, and then check with ifconfig if the IP address is set up correctly. And then we have it, the IP address, and on the Parrot, the IP address is 10.5.6.25. On the Ubuntu, is 10.5.6.200. So next, we're gonna ping the Ubuntu machine from the Parrot machine and to check that the connectivity exists. So we do the same thing on the Ubuntu machine. We're gonna ping the Parrot from the Ubuntu. And then we open the Wireshark application to be able to see what's going on in real time, the packet filtering, so to make sure everything is going well. So we have the Wireshark opening now. We set up the time to have the correct timestamp, and then we're gonna be able to see the packet move being captured in real time. So the ping is still going on. We can see now on the Wireshark the capture of the packets being transmitted between the two virtual machines. So next we're gonna run a scan using Nmap, and we're running that scan from the Parrot machine because it's the attacker machine. And then we see on Wireshark what is going on. Yes, the Nmap scan is working. Next, we go back on the Parrot, and then now we're gonna run a scan and using Nitco, and we check again on the Wireshark and make sure everything is going well. Here now we can see that the scan, the trace of the scan, and because we find a trace that scan using Nmap and Nikto were run on our system, this is really concerning. So we have to let management know. The fact that we found a trace of scan using Nmap and Nikto on our system while using the Wireshark, it means that we are in an active reconnaissance phase. This is really concerning because it means that someone is actively scanning our system, looking for vulnerabilities that they could exploit. So this need to be reported immediately to supervisor and investigated even further. The more we dig into the Wireshark, we see that the suspicion is confirmed. There's really an attack going on. So we're going to open the file, the logs, to check even more and try to look for specific item that will confirm that the attack is going on or the attack happened, occur. We look through the logs using different switches and commands. We're going to be using grep to get to try to find specific words or pattern, and we can use the grep command with different switches to find specific uh, item or to have a specific outcome. The grep command gonna pull up like specific word, like here backup is highlighted. So the word that you or pattern you're looking for is gonna be highlighted on the output that you'll get, and it will be highlighted in red. So it pops up and you can easily find it. We search through the logs for the words like nmap or nitco or like the protocol use, HTTP, and so on. So it's really helpful I finding traces of what we're looking for, and it's a good tool for investigation, like to investigate through the logs. So to make it easy for us to search the logs, we're using different like a parsing tool. We can use a tail parsing tool. We can use more or less to help us like facilitate our searches because the logs can be very long. Now we go back on the powered machine to run the derp command as an attacker. So we're trying to get into the victim machine, and we were able to access a file with a credit card information. So we're going to open it and try to modify it. So we want to replace the account holder name with our own name so that it's going to look like we are the owner of that account. And so now we're working as the attacker. We were able to breach into the system, and then now we're taking advantage of it by modifying the information on the credit card file. We're going to change the account name order, and we also going to change the security code of the credit card. So we are checking on the Wireshark to see the trace of the derp command being run, and we have it. So that's the proof that the breach has occurred. And then we can see now the change on the credit card file. The name, the account order name has been changed, and the security code also. So then we save in the file and to make it permanent. There we have a credit card breach. The impact and the risk for our customer and for the company are very high. On the customer side, the credit card breach might lead to loss of costs in the company, and there is also a high risk of identity theft and financial loss. On the company side, there is a high risk of financial loss related to system downtime, investigation cost, operational disruption, and also regulatory fine. So we have to respond to the incident and contain it, then make sure it doesn't happen again. In order to do so, we have to isolate the compromised system from the network, patch or disable vulnerable third-party software, and reset access credential to the affected system. As remediation, we have to repair and harden this affected system. We also going to perform full scan of our network to make sure that no more vulnerability exists, and we have to enhance the monitoring of all traffic coming into our network, review all logs to make sure that there are no more vulnerabilities in our systems. In addition to all that, we have to notify stakeholder, law enforcement, regulatory institution, and our customers. We are going to notify customers via direct email, but also via a page on our website with all the explanation regarding the credit card breach. We are also going to offer customer identity theft protection and credit monitoring for a period of 12 months. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for watching.